4 months ago, we told you about a little girl who underwent cutting-edge surgery at the Montreal Children's Hospital. 11-year-old Cynthia Moldonado was born with a syndrome that deformed her face. She lived with serious medical problems and had to deal with the stares of strangers everywhere she went. But thanks to modern science and some pretty talented surgeons, Cynthia will now get a fresh start. Cindy Sherwin has our story.
When we first met Cynthia, she was anxiously waiting for the big day when a surgeon would reshape her face and remake her life.
Breathing, it's very difficult. Eating is difficult.
Cynthia has a genetic disorder called Cruzon syndrome. It caused the bones in her skull to fuse when she was a baby, preventing normal skull development. Her face took on a sunken appearance. Her eyes wouldn't close, and she had a severe underbite.
She's beautiful to me. I mean, I think every father looks at their kids as the most beautiful in the world.
But her health challenges would only become worse. There was a dramatic solution.
What we're trying to do is separate the facial structure from the cavity that contains the skull.
Dr. Mirko Gilardino, director of craniofacial surgery at the Montreal Children's Hospital, felt a newer surgical technique was the best course of action. Cynthia's family signs on, despite all their little girl will have to endure. Two surgeons make an ear-to-ear incision in Cynthia's scalp and cut bones so her face becomes mobile. After about 6 hours, she is in intensive care, fitted with this device, an external halo distractor. Her parents had to turn the screws every day. That would pull her face gradually forward. It's a hard time for Cynthia, but 1 month later, there's a noticeable difference in her features. And then finally.
You know, we've been waiting for this day for a while, so.
Mid-April, and the device is coming off.
I mean, she was excited to, you know, she was counting the days to get back and get it off. Well, this morning she was a little bit nervous.
Dr. Gilardino talks to Cynthia before the surgery.
How are you this morning? You good? Good?
Which this time will take only 15 minutes.
For me, the result is exactly what I want. She's got a nice contour to the face. Her eyes are no longer prominent. She still has a few little things that need to be corrected. Her bite when she's a little older, and her eyes, which are strabismic or cross-eyed a little bit, will be corrected by one of our ophthalmology colleagues in the coming months.
The halo attached to Cynthia's face with screws and wires now gets disassembled and removed. A special moment for doctor and patient.
But I am happy that it's out there and that people know that, you know, here at the Children's we're doing this kind of stuff for kids.
Her parents are elated. You look so pretty, her mother says.
I mean, now she will be able to see it in the mirror and see the difference.
How you doing? You good? She's free now. Yeah. Okay.
I'm so happy to see her, finally see her face.
As for Cynthia herself, though still groggy, she's as brave as always. It hurts a little, but it will get better, she says. We visit Cynthia one last time this month at school. The wounds have healed, and she's back in action.
Oui, au niveau de son visage, ses yeux. Ses yeux sont plus beaux.
Her face, her eyes now are so beautiful, says her teacher. And she feels good.
J'ai mieux la respiration.
My breathing is better, she says. Cynthia was nervous to return to school at first, but she had nothing to worry about.
Moi, j'ai dit qu'elle avait beaucoup changé.
I told her she had really changed on the outside, says best friend Karianne, but on the inside, the same little girl, just much happier and healthier. Cindy Sherwin, CTV News.
We have another warning tonight about drop-side cribs. Health Canada has issued a recall notice for models from 5 different companies. The recall